Happy Thanksgiving week.
Happy Thanksgiving week.
I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving.
You do it. There we go. Awesome.
I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving last week and were able to have lots of turkey and lots of yummy food. We had a blast with our friends. Ian and Jocelyn Barker hosted a wonderful Thanksgiving,
awesome.
And it was
guys,
awesome.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
And we just had an amazing time. So thank you so much. And we enjoyed being together as a family this year. It felt restful.
Super restful. It was.
And just lots of family time. And as you can see behind us, we have our Christmas tree that we got to put up just a few days ago. And
that's the fun thing about this season is it feels like, it's just holiday after holiday.
That's right, and we love it. It's kind of like from one holiday to the next.
And this week is especially fun because at least for us, we take every, the Friday, Saturday after Thanksgiving, it's like a transformation of our household.
That's right.
It was all fall festive and leaves and pumpkins and whatever else that was left over, and all of a sudden that's all gone. And it's the Christmas tree and the reindeer, and I'm looking around, there's a tree on the wall and stars, lots of stars this year, and it's just so fun. I love that, and the kids are so excited. Tell about what they started to do already.
Yeah, so already they were scouring around the house and were looking for presents and looking for and different things that they could give each other. So they had their own little mini Christmas yesterday.
Yeah, they actually put stuff in boxes and gave them, and so there was a pile of basically their own toys that they gave to each other. It was awesome. I loved it. Time. But we were just talking already of like, okay, how do we not have Christmas turn into that, just a tree and presents, and that we forget the very reason and the importance of what this season's all about. And we've been using a word around the house that's kind of a new word for the kids. They learn it each year and they kind of forget it by the end of the year. But it's the word Advent. And the word Advent means coming. And this is the season of Advent. We've been preparing them, in our morning devotional time with them at breakfast, going, guys, do you know what this season is?
Yeah.
And they go, it's what's that word? We say it's Advent. What does Advent mean? Coming. Okay, so why are we celebrating this? And we want to share a little bit with you about some of the things we're doing this year, and hopefully encourage you. Some of you maybe provoke you, like, oh, I want to do that too. And then we want to hear from you some of the things that you're doing, of how you're preparing yourself, of remembering Christ's first coming, and of obviously we want to stay prepared and looking and waiting for his second coming, that blessed hope that we know that he is coming again. So let's just talk a little bit about what we've been doing.
So we have a fun tradition that every year the kids do a calendar. We have an Advent calendar that we do, and typically in years past we've gotten one calendar, and in each calendar there's a chocolate.
Yeah, we would cut it up.
So we cut it up for each kid, and then of course
it's not a very big chocolate, by the way. So they were getting like a third, and he got a bigger third than me.
Yeah, and so we just nixed that this year, and we bought 4 calendars, one for each kid.
Yeah. They actually had, I didn't do it, they had a dog advent calendar where you could give a different biscuit to your dog. I thought, that I can't do it. I'm sorry. I almost did, but I resisted. Sorry, Sadie, you don't get your own advent calendar. She's sitting down here at my feet right now. So we bought the calendar.
So we bought the calendar, and we're also doing a nightly Advent devotional where we're looking at some different scriptures, and the kids are old enough this year where we're able to discuss it and have a little bit of a discussion around what do you think it means about this or that. And so last night, what did we talk about?
Yeah, so this first week, you probably already know this, but the very first week of Advent is centered around hope. And the hope of the coming of the promised one, the Christ who's coming. And so we took time, and so we're doing a nightly reading. Last night we read from Romans 13. I have it right here. It says, besides this, you know what hour it is, how it is full time now for you to wake up from your sleep. And it goes on talking about how our salvation is nearer than when we first believed, and to put aside deeds of darkness. And we read through it. Okay. do not give yourself to drunkenness or debauchery or licentiousness or quarreling. And of course the kids are like, well, what's licentiousness? So we talked about that a little bit and said, how do we live sober? How do we live sober in this hour, knowing again that the world and its values, that's not what we're here for. We want to be those who live for Christ, who live and look forward to his coming. And how do we do that as a family? And so we talked about it, and then we asked, and we prayed for each other and took time to say, Lord, help us to not quarrel, not give ourselves to jealousy, but to put on Christ and make no provision for the flesh. So that was last night's reading. We're going to do that each night throughout the 24 days leading up to Christmas, and we're excited this year.
Yeah.
There's just an expectation and a little bit of a buzz in the family that it's cool, it's fun, and it's such a great opportunity to stir our own hearts.
That's right, and to prepare our hearts for his coming.
And to teach the kids. I mean, it's such an open door to talk about Christ in a way that they hear.
That's right.
I love it. So talk to us about in the comments, and if you want to write us an email, just to share what you're doing in your family. Tell us. We want to hear. We want to be encouraged by it, as well as if there's something we could be doing. Some of you, you've already raised your kids and you have your grandkids. We want to hear the things that worked for you, the things that really helped you to raise your kids and bear that fruit of righteousness in their life. We want to hear from you. That's the main point. We love you guys. We're so grateful for you.
Have a great week.
Have a wonderful week.